Alright, what's up everybody? I am Wallaber, here for a short, probably, Saturday stream. Still working on my game Pro Gymnast, although we are very much in the final phase here. In fact, that's why behind me you can see an application I haven't streamed before, which this is Adobe Premiere, and the reason this is on the screen is because I'm working on a trailer. I mentioned it a few times on a few different streams, and I've already, as you can see here, made a fair amount of progress on it. But I thought I might as well, I have a few finishing tasks here to do on this trailer, and I might as well do them on the stream, and then after that we can go on a bug hunt in the game. So I'm going to update the stream title here. Okay. Alright. So the first thing I need to do is I need to get some of the updated footage I captured and bring it in here. Big Gamey, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, so rather than capturing footage this time though, we're working on the editing for the trailer. So if you have a few minutes to stick around, please give me your feedback on it. I'm making two total, trailers for the game. And one of them is more of like a gamer audience kind of trailer. And then another one will be a little bit more of like a, hey, you like gymnastics and stuff? Kind of a trailer. And that's the one I'm working on right now, because that's the one I'm comfortable editing myself. I'm working with an editor on the other one, and I've got a rough cut of it, and it looks really good. Should have a new cut in the next day or so. So that's going to be pretty cool. This is Adobe Premiere, so I have made the decision to spend money on Adobe's subscription. So that gets me Photoshop, but it also gets me After Effects and Premiere and Illustrator and all that junk, of which really 99% of what I end up using is Photoshop and Premiere. But I do use Premiere quite a bit. I like it. I know some people don't, but it works fine for me. Okay, so we have a couple things to edit real quick before we can maybe take a look at the trailer. Let's see. And some of this isn't going to play very well. Oh, Camtasia. Nice. Yeah, also I know that, what's it called? What is it? There's a free one that's pretty good. Shoot, I'm blanking on the name right now. Ugh, it'll come to me. Anyway, let's see. So we have this section where we talk about the controls here, and then this clip I was going to replace. Okay, and that's going to be replaced with probably this angle here. And so I think what we want, although I don't know. Let's see. I think maybe this clip is actually better. We're gonna go like, probably start around here. We're gonna flip, catch, boom, and then right about here we would cut the slow-mo, catch it, and then however long the rest of that takes. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna say, okay, set that as our out point, and then I'm gonna go over here into just an empty space in the timeline, and we're gonna clip this right, let's see, right about here, I think. It'll be like, doom, slow-mo, caught it, what? Okay, so then this one can be, let's see, this was exported, I think, at 25%, so 400x would be real time. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty close. So now we're going to grab this. We're going to head back, or I'll Control X that. And then we're going to head back here. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to set this as our target, and we're going to paste it. Ooh, it's a little longer. Okay. Let's set this as our target and paste. Nope. How do I do this? No. I go like this, and then paste it. Nope. Can I do that? Nope. Alright, fine, fine. Go over here, paste it, move it up. X. And now, let's put it right. Looks like we have like a little bit of a strange thing here where this is one frame too long. Okay. Now let's paste it. What? How about that? There we go. Okay.
Gravity, momentum, and physics does the rest.
Okay, so this is just too long. So we really want this cool catch at the end. Let's see what happens if we just butt it up against that and then back up as far as we can.
Gravity, momentum, and physics does the rest.
That's pretty good. Okay, and then there's a section later here where we talk about avatars. Right here. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the old avatar clip. Grab a new one here, which so it should be that chunk. We're going to have to speed this up. Grab that. Let's get rid of the audio. Okay, and then for now, let's set this to like 500%. Control exit. Go back here and do that. And then we could do not this one. Rate stretch and just kind of stretch it to fit. See how that looks.
All using your own customized avatar.
Okay, that's good. And then we got to change this so that we're not seeing, I think so we're not seeing the UI as much. So we go like this. And this is a little tricky because like you have to really zoom in if you don't want any UI. Right, like that. Let's see if that looks okay. Guess I got to bring it down a little more because there's some avatars are taller than others. Yes, I'm doing my own VO for this one, but it'll make sense why. It's not just because I should do it myself or something. When I show you the whole trailer in a second here, it'll make sense why it's me talking.
All using your own customized avatar.
Okay, that's pretty good. So let's bring this down a little more. I don't have much choice left to right here because I wanted to get the UI off the screen. Okay. That looks good though. Yeah. If anything, I could bring it down a little more. Like that. Okay. Cool. Alright, so let's see. Those were the edits. Let's save it. And I don't think this thing's going to play back smooth if I just hit play, which is super annoying. I don't know, like I've got a few spots here where there's like enough going on that it chugs. So instead we're going to just export out real quick. This is going to be cut 3 of this trailer. So like I said, I'm going to have a grand total of 2 trailers for the game. The release date for the game is currently set for September 4th, which is Friday. I just realized, or noticed, that the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake is coming out that day as well, which is both awesome because this game's kind of owes that game a debt, but also maybe a little bit unfortunate because that might eat up tension. But you know. Anyway, so that's basically a week from Friday, week from this coming Friday, so just under 2 weeks away. And then my plan is today, the other thing I need to do is I'm going to just play through the game looking for bugs. And if I find any major bugs, then I can fix those. So that early next week I can get a final build up onto Steam so that middle of next week or about around the end of next week, I can blast out emails to all the people and press and places I've been slowly writing down that I want to try to send an email to. And in that email, I want to have, a key for the game and links to both trailers, as well as a link to the web page, which would have like screenshots and stuff on it. And so that ideally, if they are interested in it, let's say they're like a website, if they're interested in it, then they can write a story on it and post it on the day the game comes out, and they'll already have everything they need to do so. They'll have a trailer, a YouTube link, which would be a YouTube link set to private or whatever it's called, where you can see it if you have the link, but it's not public yet. And then I would set that link to public the day the game comes out. So that's the general plan. I might not actually send the link to both trailers to every place I send. I'll probably pick the trailer that I think would be relevant to them. So, okay, I think it's done exporting. So there's like I said, there's two trailers. One is the more general audience gamer trailer. That's going to be a pretty short trailer, like a minute or so, because it doesn't have a ton to say. It's not talking about all the features of the game or anything. Basically, it's just saying there's a new physics, control your body, like fun to fail game in town, and it's cool, and it's gymnastics themed. That's basically it. So that trailer is sort of like, I have a little thing at the beginning to hopefully for observant viewers make them think about and notice that it's referencing a few games like co-op and Getting Over It. And then it shows some kind of impressive looking slow motion footage of gymnasticsy stuff from the game, and then transitions with a big biff into kind of like a fail sequence, and then kind of comes back around to some like cool tricks and stuff, and more like crazy acts in the game to sort of culminate in the call to action of like go get this game, it's available now. So that one's pretty straightforward. It's a bunch of good footage of the game. I put a bunch of effort in the last couple of days into redoing the ragdolls in the game so that the biffs would look better, which was absolutely worth it. So I sent the editor a whole bunch of new footage yesterday or the day before of new biffs with improved ragdolls. So that should make that section look better and make the game more sort of visually attractive, and was definitely worth doing in general anyway. So that's cool. Anyway, so that's trailer 1. And then trailer 2 is like, is more for the audience of people who would find it appealing that there's a game that is a gymnastics or acrobatics theme. So let's figure this out. How can I'm going to go like this. Then I should be able to go here. Okay. And we're going to bring up the one we just... Oh, where'd it go? Cut 3. I think I never actually clicked the export button. It's kind of embarrassing. Okay, now it's saving it out. So let me ramble for another minute or two before we can watch it. Yeah, so, when I send emails to the press, which, who knows if they're going to care, but I'm going to try. I will send a link to the gamer trailer, but then I've tried to find some people on like, I don't really know how to reach out to people on Instagram. Instagram is still confusing to me, but on Instagram or like on YouTube, I found like some gymnasts and acrobats who actually post videos, and so I'm going to be sending them emails saying, hey, I know you don't normally post video game stuff, but would you be interested in this game because it's relevant to you? And for people like that, I would send them this trailer, the one I'm working on right now, which is a little more like, so you like gymnastics? Well, now there's finally a video game. And then I have to try and figure out how to find the people who that trailer would appeal to the most. So we'll see how it goes. This is my computer's chugging because it's exporting. It's using all of its abilities. Maybe write a post about the experience for Medium. Oh, that's a good idea, BitGamey. Yeah. Yeah, I basically need to figure out how to, you know, find the little pockets of people who are, you know, maybe don't necessarily think of themselves as a gamer and follow all the latest gaming news, but to whom this particular game would be appealing. You know, and so I think my best bet is, yeah, go find the right subreddits and try and post on there, which is super hard because I don't really understand Reddit and I have no idea how to actually get my post to show up. You know, but go there, you know, find the right YouTubers, and then figure out how the heck to get people to notice it on Instagram. As far as I can tell on Instagram, what I need to do is post the trailer myself with like 900,000 hashtags, and then hope that some people that follow the hashtags choose to repost it, I guess, which I'm still not exactly sure how reposting works on Instagram. I think you have to actually kind of circumvent Instagram in order to repost a video, although in this case I would love it if people would repost it. So I don't know. This is going to be a learning experience for sure. You know, I've been spending a fair amount of time on Instagram following gymnasts and acrobats and stuff, all with the kind of goal of hoping that people would, I mean, first of all, because I love watching that stuff, obviously I think it's amazing, but also because I was hoping to try and work out like how to get this game in front of those people. All right, it looks like I actually exported the file now. Let's go see. All right, let me get this to fit on the screen pretty well. Let's see, we can kind of put it right like this. I'll put it up like this so that we can see the subtitles. Let's see. Okay, that should be good enough. All right, here we go.
All my life I've done gymnastics, diving, trampoline, even trapeze. I also happen to be a video game maker. So I spent 2 years making the acrobatics game I wish existed. Pro Gymnast. The game imagines a pro gymnast tour, sort of a combination of gymnastics and ninja courses. Work your way through the courses, earning medals and unlocking new locations. Being a gymnast, I wanted the game to match the real physics of gymnastics as much as possible. That's where the controls come in. The left joystick controls your shoulder. The right joystick controls your hips. Gravity, momentum, and physics does the rest. Most real-world skills are possible in the game, with a little practice. Try your hand at the over 70 challenging courses, or just hang out in the practice gym and work on your own skills. Or build your own course, all using your own customized avatar. I love gymnastics, acrobatics, trampoline, and parkour. And I spent 2 years making this game to share that love with you. Come join me on the Pro Gymnast Tour. Available now on PC and Mac.
Hey! So yes, that's a minute and a half, so I feel like pretty good that it's not too long. It moves along at a pretty good pace. And this is very much the conversational authenticity trailer. You know, this is a game made by a person who does gymnastics and trapeze and trampoline and just wanted to make, you know, a game that showcases what's so cool about those activities. Yeah, so BitGamey, that's why I'm the narrator. It was important to be the actual, you know, creator talking. This is all footage of me here at the beginning. I tried to find more footage of me when I was younger, and I may be able to squeak in some footage of me from like a diving meet or something in high school. I have asked my parents to send me some VHS tapes, and I'm going to try and get them digitized and see if I can grab some footage in time. But if not, I've got good coverage here. I have gymnastics. I have not actual like diving, but at least like jumping off a cliff. Um, one thing, and I spent should be lowercase. Yeah, let's see. Let's go look. Let's go look at the project. Let's see.
All my life
it's
I've
gonna
done
be on this.
gymnastics, diving, trampoline, even trapeze. I also happen to be a video game maker. So I spent 2 years making.
So not there, right? You're talking about at the end.
I love gymnastics.
It plays terrible on the. If I just hit play in Premiere on some of these sections, I don't know why. I think it's because the clip doesn't match the sequence settings, and so it's like dynamically trying to like recode it or whatever. Oh yeah, okay. So this is kind of a continuation of this sentence. Yeah, you're right. So this one should be. Ah, not that. Yeah, it is unusual to kind of like make a trailer that like focuses on the I don't know, on the creation of the game or the backstory or something, right? Of course, the conventional wisdom is that the game should just stand on its own, and that's what the other trailer is absolutely trying to do. Is just be like, hey, here's an interesting video game. Are you interested? This one is more for, like I said, to try and just trying to figure out a way to reach a different audience with something that would be relevant to them and authentic. We'll see if it works. Okay, so this is looking like it's in pretty good shape now. So I think the only thing left is if I do get some updated footage of me when I was younger, that I could swap out this diving clip. This trampoline clip is pretty good. I like the trampoline clip.
Trampoline, even trapeze.
I have like 800,000 clips of trapeze because I did that more recently, like when I had iPhone, and so I would constantly be filming at the workshops. The stuff I did earlier in my life, like gymnastics here, I have very little footage of, and if I did, it's on VHS tape somewhere. So we'll see. I'm gonna try and get some of this digitized. See if maybe I can find something where I was really young. That would be super cool. But if not, I think this is pretty good coverage. All right, so that's gonna be the end of trailer time for the day. Feeling pretty good about it. I've also pretty excited about the other trailer, which hopefully be able to share soon. So now I can go look at my to-do list. The good news is it's pretty short. Oh yeah, okay. I did have a couple small things. One of them is the confetti. So I took some footage of the confetti in the game over just a black screen to send to the editor in case we want to use it as like a transition between sections of the trailer or something like that. And it was just over like a black screen so she could key it out and use it. And when I was doing that, I ended up changing some of the parameters. Let's go look at it. And I want to double check the in-game ones and make sure that they're good. I feel like I could do one more pass on the confetti parameters to get the motion, to be really good. So I have a scene here called confetti test, and this is the one I was using. Here we are. Okay. So if we run this, we'll see it shoot a little burst of confetti. Hopefully. There we go. And then now I think if I press the C key, yeah, we get bursts of confetti. And I like the motion on this confetti now. I had it to a point where it was dampened too much, and the confetti was shooting out and then almost coming to a stop. And I think this looks better now. So there you can see, like, that's just, here, let's go like this. So here is like a burst, two confetti cannons shooting confetti into the screen, right? And then, is it this? This is just like ambient falling confetti, which I don't have any use for this in the game, but it does look cool. One thing looking at this, I probably could make a few more color variations. Like all the little spirals are red and silver. And then all of the little curvy pieces are blue. So I could put some more variety into it, although I think more important is that I want to double check the behavior. And so to make this look nice, I had a handful of parameters that I set here. Some of which were on the confetti parts themselves. And if I remember correctly, it was the air sway. So let's go like this, sway. Okay, so it was 0.15, and then a negative 0.2, and then a 2 to a 5. And the next one was, oh, and then a 1 for spin. And then this one was 0.005, 0.07, negative 0.05, and then 5 to 10. And then this third part. Ooh, is this a... Oh, I could actually add colors very easily, now that I'm looking at how I set this up. Past Tim did a good job setting this up. 0.005, 0.06, negative 0.05, and then 5 to 10. Okay, so let's go look. Oh, and then, so that's the part list. And then what about the simulation here? Yeah, this was the other big piece. Air resistance was from 0.005 to 0.15. Max val was 60. 0.03. 1 to 4, and 0 to 0.3. So a lot of those probably didn't change, but let's go look now. So if we go look at the prefabs, props, confetti cannons. So here's going to be this other confetti system. Let's go look at our properties here. Oh, gravity scale. I think I had this at 0. Let's leave it at 0.4 and look at it in game. Air resistance, 0.005 to 0.15. See, I changed this quite a bit. This one moved up, bumped up to 60, 0.03. And the rest is the same. And now let's go look at the parts. Okay, so, oh yes, actually in game here, I have more color variety already. We might want to do this, where we also add in, like, so this is kind of like shiny gold pieces, and then we might want, like, do we have any, like some silver, kind of bluish silver. Oh, wait a minute, I don't like that. Hey, undo that. Go here. Oh, okay, hang on. Let's add one over here. That's like that. And then how does this work? Then it goes to this color. Okay, so then this one could be like a pinkish. Okay, we're gonna try this. We'll have a few more variations in here. All right, now let's look at these numbers. This was 0, then 0.15, negative 0.2, and then 2 to 5. Okay. I might actually put this back though. Let's go 5 to 7. Then here, that's right, 0.07, and then we want these to last up to 10 seconds. And then these 0.005. 0.06. Okay. Okay. So now we can go look at this confetti in game and see how it's looking. Okay. I feel like there was something else just now that I was remembering, but I'm forgetting what it was. Okay. Yeah, was there something else just now? Okay. Let's load some levels. Let's see. Something we can beat quickly, so have a look. Okay. So it's shooting way higher now. Let's actually look at it. Let's do this too while we're at it. Boop, 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 boop. Audio. In-game music off. Okay. Okay, so let's go look at like what this looks like when finish the level. Okay. Oops. Maybe I have to actually beat the level though. Oh my god. Embarrassing. Uh-oh, uh-oh. That's too short. Okay, wow. So those settings that I had in the other scene are like not quite applying over here. So let's go look at the level. Is it in level or where does it end up putting it? I forget. Where is this thing? Here it is. Confetti cannons, confetti system. Okay, we might need to crank up the damping. Let's try it again. A little better though, it's really like spreads out big time. That's interesting. Okay. It's a little better. That's almost too much. These damping ratios, for example, are very sensitive numbers. Like a small change makes a pretty big difference. Ooh, there we go. That was looking pretty good. Let's go. Let's go look at it big now. Oh! You can try this from a few different angles as well. Catch it! Things that, like, kind of seems like they all move really similarly. Or maybe they're just a little too hyperactive and changing direction. Like if we go look at this. Yeah, so the It might be that because they're all getting the same values. Okay, let's exit. Let's tweak some more while we've got this easy to watch. So we can go here and let's say, the other thing I changed here is I changed this to be quite a bit bigger. So let's bring this down a little bit maybe. And this number probably needs to be randomized in a range. Let's see how this looks. Because I think they're looking a little samey right now because all the parts kind of have very similar movement patterns. Okay, so that's already better. So let's copy the confetti system settings. Let's go back to our here. Let's paste those. Okay. Now let's go look at this though. Because I think so a confetti part, here's the base definition, right? And we have this thing air sway, but it's not a range. Like lifetime, for example, is a range, and it picks randomly for each part, you know, the final value here. This, okay, cool. So the instance has one. So air sway and air inertia, these are up here. So if we change this, maybe what I'll do is introduce a new one, so just to make it easier. Vector 2, vector 2, air sway range. And then we'll also do public vector 2 air inertia range. Okay. And so then we can go find places where this is used. So right here, this can become random.range, and we'll do part.airsway range 0 part.airsway. Oh, hang on. Or did I do that on instance? I did it on instance, didn't I? Yeah, we don't want these here. No. We want them up here on the definition of the part. Okay, there we go. So now we can go back down here, wherever we were, here. And this will be part.airsway range 0, airsway range 1. So we can get some randomness in there, and then same thing here. Random.range part.air inertia range 0 part.air inertia range 1. Okay. Alright. So now can I like make this thing go away? Maybe not. Let's go like this. Okay, so now we're choosing from a random range here, and then the rest of this code should work just fine. So now what we can do, go back here, and we're gonna set these two values that are similar to the. Oh, wait a minute. Forgot I have a custom inspector for this. So we need this to be range. Oh crap. Okay. Luckily I have them written down, because actually I was gonna... whatever. I was gonna leave the old properties there. I mean, I guess I could do this. Might as well. Why not? We'll do this, then we'll do this for the ones that have range. like that. So now when I look at this, I should be able to see the old values, so I can pick new values, and then I can delete the old ones that we're not going to use anymore. Kind of a roundabout way of doing it, but so for example, up here on part 0, we had an air sway of 0.1. So now we could make this thing be a range of like 0.05 to 0.15, for example. And air inertia was negative 0.2, so how about negative 0.1 to negative 0.3? And then this one, not that one, here, part number 1, we had air sway is 0.05, so we'll do 0.03 to 0.07. And negative, so we'll do negative 0.03 to negative 0.07. See what that looks like. And then this one, we had 0.06, so 0.04 to 0.08, negative 0.03 to negative 0.07, something like that. Okay. So now let's see if that made things better or worse or what. We're going to load up that same quick level. Uh-oh. Are we getting some zeros somewhere or something? Oh, there. Okay, that was weird. Why didn't it fire the first time? That's strange, right? And we've totally ruined the ones in the UI. But that's because the values are all zeros, I think. So that's okay. Okay. Alright. Where is that? That's gonna be on the score medal, I think. Level complete 3D medal. They have a confetti cannon, but not the system itself. The system itself is in the UI, I think. Level complete confetti. There we go. So these need values now. Let's not mess with these too much. Just put a small range around the values that I had there before. Okay. And then this is sway. Okay. And let's see. Overrides. Where's the confetti? Yeah. All right, let's test that. Not firing the first time. That seems to be new. Okay. Why would that be? Hmm. Let's go check something. So if I get rid of this now, yeah, it says 0 references, so these don't exist anymore. Except for here, I need to get rid of them as well. Why would that cause a problem with the first time we try to let's see here. Okay. Nothing too obvious. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if this is an all levels thing. It might literally be on the first try too, not the first time. Yeah, okay, so let's go look at this. What happened there? Did we get any null junk? No. If we go look at the confetti itself, does it, the confetti system, let's see, can I find anything out about this thing? It's got 3 parts. Yeah, it has a mesh with a ton of verts that are I mean, they're not, oh, they're all kind of in the same spot. Oh yeah, there it is, look, see? We got a bunch of confetti pieces that are just kind of hanging out there. Yeah, okay. But now that it's warmed up once, it's working okay. And that's fun to watch it in replay mode. The mesh goes from 0 to 5,000 to 0 to 5,000. Okay. Interesting. So I wonder if, like, all along, the first time we were shooting these pieces out, we weren't necessarily getting the correct values or something. I mean, this is in generate instance, right? Now, what's the deal with force new? Where does this come from? Okay, in spawn, we do not call force new. We just say, like, find us an open slot and do that. Here, we do not call that. Here we don't call that, but here we do, and this is because this is where we set up the system, right? Oh, it's for the preview mesh system. Okay, right. Okay. Let's go look at this thing. So when we set the array, we create new confetti part instances and we just fill that thing up. And then when you spawn one, we grab it, we set its position, its velocity, and its rotational omega. After calling generate instance, which generate instance sets the part ID, resets the life. Okay. Then it appends into the mesh our triangles. And then sets up things like lifetime, air sway, air inertia, spin. The alignment axis. And the alignment ratio interp. And that's it. Now, is there some other variables here? Like what else does an instance need? Looks about right. Position, rotation, velocity, rotational velocity. Life elapsed, lifetime. Air sway, air inertia, spin from twist factor, alignment or axis, and ratio. And then it's verts. Okay. Okay. So what's happening on this first... What's different on the first time versus subsequent times? Not much. Where does lifetime get set? Right here. So that's fine. And it wouldn't be a lifetime thing either. Feels like it's damping. Right. That's that number. So yeah, here's the actual like movement, right? Air resistance. And then we have this air resistance interp. Right. This is saying how fast are we going compared to the maximum speeds. We get a number between 0 and 1. We use that to alert between the velocity damping. With a non-linear curve. I don't have anything weird on here with regards to the damping. Okay. I guess probably the best thing to do here is to step in to the code. So what's going to be the best way to do that? Probably going to be to go here to confetti system, into here, and I guess what we want to do oh, there's the problem. Okay. So auto simulate set to false. And then so it doesn't actually simulate the particles, or yeah, the confetti particles. Then you go into the replay, and the replay script sets auto simulate to false so that it can move the particles it's creating on its own, and then sets it back to true. So if you make it to the result screen once, the thing would reset. So this is going to be as simple as setting confetti cannons, confetti system, auto simulate to true. Okay. That's going to be it. That's going to be it. That means that bug has been there for a while, unless I recently accidentally unclicked that checkbox. Maybe I just haven't been noticing it, because I've been focusing on other things. It's kind of scary, right? It makes you wonder what other things you've missed. Let's see, what's a... Oh, let's just do our fast one here. Confirm that that was the issue. Hey, confetti. Okay. I almost feel like it's swaying a little bit too... I don't know. Maybe they feel like maybe they changed direction a little too much. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. So that, if I remember correctly, let's go look at this real quick. So you come down here, swaying, right? We work out a bunch of stuff, basically decide how much we're going to push you left or right based on the angle of the piece. And air sway has a big impact on this, but it's also tied to air inertia, because air inertia decides how much you can flip and rotate and spin. So these two numbers are sort of like pretty tightly intertwined. So if we go to the... Where is it? Right here. If we go here and we say, like, okay, let's look at these ones. This is a pretty big range of air sway here. Let's say we can have some that are like almost none. And then inertia, maybe we don't actually want to change that much. Maybe not even at all. Let's see how this looks. That already looks better. Before they were all kind of like turning and moving in like a really like swirly pattern, and now we got more randomness going on. I like that better for sure. That was a very small change. Okay, now let's look at the yeah. Okay, I like these values. So don't go out of play mode. grab this, copy the component, now leave play mode, now go here, now click on this, paste component values, which would, oh, and then, but fix this, auto simulate needs to be on. That's what happened. That's how it broke, is that I had grabbed this when it was in replay and had copied the values and then pasted them, and that pasted auto simulate to be false. It's a little scary. I almost should have the code be a little more explicit about making sure that's true. Like I could put that on here. I probably should do that. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make it so I can't break this as easily. So when you call init, we clear all the confetti. And when you call shoot now, we're going to make sure that we're set to simulate. Right? That's probably the only place I can safely do that, because otherwise I might be stomping on the replay system's ability to override that setting. Okay. Cool. Alright, that was a small fix, but a solid one, so we're gonna mark that as done. I did want to double check my ragdoll's hip joints. So let's go look at the Gymnast ragdoll here. I'm getting better at understanding these joints limits here. This is using this character joint, which I haven't used very much before. So femur, let's turn this on. What have we got here? So this thing can go from, yeah, is it this one? Yeah, so it can go 40 degrees down, which seems about right. Maybe that could actually be slightly larger. And it can go, yeah, quite a bit up, 160 or so. That makes sense. Then swing 1 is this one, which is how far in and out it can go. And then this is how much twist. Alright, so those look pretty good, actually. What is this? Let's make them pretty numbers. -50, 160, and then we're going to do 55 and 15. -50, 160, 55, 15. -50, 160, 55, 15. Okay. Alright, that's probably okay. We'll keep an eye on that. Remove language toggle debug. Did I already do that? Let's go look. That was in... What was that in? Fallback. Set fallback font from language. Does this thing have... If debug language swap enabled, which we are not... No, that might... This looks like it thinks that's defined. How does this work? If you press the alpha 8 key. Okay, let's see if that's still a thing you can do. No, can't change the language by pressing 8. Let's exit to the menu, make sure it's not in the menus. No. Okay. Okay. Cool. So I have to define that for that code to work. So that should be fine. Okay, build size. This is something that's kind of fun to look at. I think last time I looked at this I was pretty happy with it, but let's double check. So what we do is we make a build. So this is PC. Let's go double check our settings here. So we are version 1.0.2, that's correct. We have an icon set. We got our resolution junk set. Yeah. Splash image is all set up. Okay. Okay. So we make a build, which I made one earlier today, so this shouldn't take too long. There we go. Yeah, when you make like a fresh build, it can take a while. SR183, no camera. What do you mean? No, you're not seeing me? My little preview says I'm showing. I can check the stream real quick. Where do I go for that? I go here, here. I'm seeing myself moving. So maybe it was just a... Oh, it's probably because I was making the build. It was lagging. Highly possible. Highly possible. Okay, the build was made. So what you can do now is you can do this thing. You go to the console and you click here and you say show open editor log. Okay. So this will open up the log file from the Unity editor, which is which editor log sounds like. Ooh, it's really thinking about this. Hopefully it's gonna load properly here in a second. Here we go. One of the cool things the editor log does is when you make a build, so if I go down the bottom here, you can see here, you start to see a list of files. I'll put it over here. This is a really big file, so when I do anything in Notepad, it like freaks out. Like I just clicked zoom in to make the text bigger, and it's still thinking about it. So I'm not going to click that again. Yeesh. I wonder if there's a way to tell Unity to like... It doesn't have to keep this much history. Okay, but so you can see there's a list of files here, and as I scroll up, these are all the files in the build. Wow, this file's so big that I could barely even touch the scroll bar, and it like shot me past. Oh, it looks like I was printing out a bunch of stupidness as a why. Yeah, what is this? Let's go up here. What was I printing out so much? Whatever. We'll look at that in a second. So you can come down here to... Oh my gosh. Okay. Here, can I press page down? Let's try this. Okay, here we go. So right here is where it was like, let's make a build. And you, first of all, you can see this overview. So my build had 190 megabytes of textures, which really is not bad. It has 14 megabytes of meshes. Not bad. 1.4 meg of animations. You see, this game has almost no animations in it. And it's all real time. 13 megs of sounds. 9.6 megs of shaders. And then 158.6 meg of other assets, which seems like a lot. So let's keep an eye on what the heck is that. That might just be because a handful of things fall into that bucket. But we'll see. Levels. So these are actually your scene files, I think. 1.3 meg. 6 megabytes of scripts, which is code. 13 megabytes of DLLs. And that's it. So the total user assets is 400 meg. Total build size 461. So I mean, this game, 461 megabytes is fine, right? Like, that's totally an okay size. But let's look through, because I mean, if there's something in here that's wasteful, like, let's get rid of it, you know? So, okay. I think a lot of the avatar stuff is going to be big. So then the cool thing is the next thing it shows you is it sorts by size, and you can see like what's in your game, what's taking up space. So for example, you can see that the biggest asset in the game is 13.7 megabytes, and it's my little video that plays if you hit the optional button to see how the game's controls work. So that's worth having in the game. That's fine. Then there's this like cloudnoise.targa, which I already compressed pretty heavily, to be honest. It used to be much bigger, which is why the clouds look a little chunky in the game. Same thing here, this pre-computed in-scatter. This is for the sky system. And then we have some fonts, which I probably don't actually need the font data itself in the build, but these aren't that big. A couple meg for, Chinese fonts. Then we have our ambient background, which is a WAV file. This could be smaller. That's not a huge priority. Then we have, I don't know, some random Unity stuff. Then we have, look at this one. Okay, this one, male body 01 roughness. I don't know why that needs to be 5 megabytes, considering other assets related to the avatars are not up here next to it, which means they're all smaller. Here, I have a little notepad over here. So let's have a look at this file. Let's make a little section here. Big files. Okay. I get in the habit of caring about this when I was making mobile games, because for a long time there was that 100 megabyte or even 60 megabyte or whatever it was limit for the app stores, and Google Play had something similar. And so when we were making our games, we were constantly trying to figure out how to make them file size smaller. And I'm glad I got into that practice, because I think caring about this kind of stuff is important, even if, this is a PC game and players got tons of space, but it's like, I know sometimes you see a game and you're like, oh, it's interesting, and you're like, 4 gigs, like what, it kind of turns you off from the game a little bit. And it's just the right thing to do. Okay, so then we have our actual TextMesh Pro assets for the different fonts. Not a ton we can do there. Then we have the beach pier location. It's interesting that it calls it the .blend here, even though it gets turned into an FBX under the hood. I guess this is so you can understand what file it's talking about. Then we have 3 of the hairs. Look at this. This hair is almost as expensive as the entire beach pier location. That's actually talking more to that my beach pier is low poly than that the hairs are high poly, but okay, then we have our hair colors, speculars, and normals for one set of them. Okay. And then we have a whole bunch of surfaces that are used throughout the game. And these are at 2.7 meg each, so that's pretty good. That looks okay. And now we're getting down into smaller file sizes, so it gets harder to care too much as you go down. And I'm not seeing anything here jumping out at me that's like, why is that file even in the build? Because what can happen is, Unity does its best to take all the files that are necessary to make your game work, and only those files, and it does it by looking at the scenes and all the prefabs and what references they have. So if you have like a stray, prefab or something that's referencing a model that's hidden, or it's like the game object is disabled but it's still there and it's still talking to the mesh, then it's going to need to include that in the game, because it doesn't know if in the code somewhere you turn that thing on and show it. And so it can be very easy to, as you're working on a game and kind of like throwing in temp assets and changing things around and stuff, to end up with things where it's like not actually something the player sees, but still in the build. So it's good to check this. Let's see, and then the rest of this is basically audio files, fonts, and textures. So really, I'm not seeing anything too egregious here. Yeah, looks like there's a few things that are a little weird, like assets, UMA, dynamic character examples, slots, tune, UMA tune, inner mouth guide. Like, I don't know how that's getting referenced. It means somewhere one of my avatar assets is referencing that, which is a little weird. Um, but I don't see like a ton of stuff like that that I should be too worried about, so that's good. Yeah, yeah, this is looking pretty good. So 400 megs is not bad. And then you'll see there's a ton down here as you go down to the smaller file sizes, which is like shaders and small asset files. Like in my case, I'm using Rewired, and so there's little asset files that contain data for like different controllers and like what their, hardware ID is for all the buttons and joysticks and stuff. And so there's quite a few of those down here in the like small number of kilobytes zone. Um, oh, Oh no, I need to, that's interesting. Why does this show up in the build? I guess because it's in the resources folder. Could take a look at the resources folder and make sure. That's actually probably why the true type fonts themselves are being included in the build. So I could probably cut 20, 30 megs off this game by moving the true type fonts out of the resources folder. Because I think anything in the resources folder gets included in the build. Period. Because that's the point of that folder, is that you might call resources.load and find and grab something out of there. And I'm not currently using dynamic font stuff where it actually needs the true type font. How much would that save? 8 plus 6. It's like what, 14-ish? That's 18, 22. No, not these. Back to 16 or where I was at. And I have to go find the other true type fonts. Down here's 1, 2. It's not much. And I might end up switching the game to have it in dynamic fallbacks at some point anyway. So if I get feedback from players that they want to name their characters things in like Chinese or Japanese, then I need my font to be able to handle that. Currently, it wouldn't. It would show like a unsupported character or whatever. Okay. Alright, otherwise this looks pretty good. It's kind of interesting to go down here to the smaller files and be like, wow, there's so many little tiny files. Here's all the little noise textures for post-processing. Bunch of little prefabs. Tiny meshes. And the materials. Look at these, like almost every material is like 1 kilobyte. It's just like tons of them. What's the smallest file in the game? Look at all these. Now these are all the CS files. This is the actual code. I don't know how that counts exactly towards build size because these aren't included as is, right? They're compiled. Maybe they're not actually because I have the mono backend set. That's true. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Physics materials are really small, looks like. 0.0 kilobytes. That can't be true. It's got to be at least a few bytes. But it rounds to 0. Okay. Cool. Build complete, blah, blah, blah. Alright. So, we did want to look at this one, male body 01 underscore roughness, and just see what that deals with that one. This. So this one, it's a 2048 texture. Oh, that's a big file for essentially black image. What's up? Watch it? Is it time? Oh, okay, I'll get off. Watch it. Okay, I'm being called away because Summer Games Done Quick has been going on all week, and there is let me go double check they're actually doing it, but there is a Minecraft run that should be starting soon. And my kids and I wanted to watch it together. Let's see if we're getting close to the Minecraft run. I printed out the schedule for my son, so he just came over to say, hey Dad, it's time for the Minecraft run. Looks like we're getting close, let's see. Okay, they're still playing Bloodborne. Looks like. Alright. I'll keep an eye on this, but I should hop off anyway. Spend some time with the family. But this is dumb. Look at this texture. Female body 01 roughness is also huge, but must not be getting used. I don't even know why this is getting used. But we're gonna be mean to this file. We're gonna say you're allowed to be 64 by 64 because you're just a black square. Alright, now let's see if I can make another build really fast. This is probably gonna make the stream lag. Still takes it a while. It does a lot of shader variant compiling when it makes a build no matter what, which seems kind of strange. It feels like some of this it should be able to like cache, because it didn't change, but what do I know? I'm sure it's very thoughtful and logically put together. Okay, now let's go look at the let's go like this. Oh, I already closed it. Okay. Now let's open the editor log again, which is going to take forever. Big file. I wonder if there's a way to tell it to like clear the editor log or something. Also seems like I'm maybe printing out some stuff I don't need to anymore. Yeah, like this can go away. I do have a lot of warnings, but you know, warnings are good luck. I'm not going to worry about them. Okay, here we go. So at the top of our file list now, that file is gone. And I don't remember what the file size was before. This one was 456. Let's go look at what it was before. $461. 11 megabytes. Saved. They haven't started yet, I checked, but I'll be done in just a second. Yep. Yep, still on Bloodborne. Okay. Cool. So we did a pass on build size. Okay, so really what's left at this point is to play the build a whole bunch and fix any major bugs. I did find one today that I fixed off stream. It was pretty gross, which was like I had made a bunch of fixes to the avatars because there was like this weird thing where when you would change the values, the dynamic hair would freak out. And I thought I had completely fixed that, but it turns out I had introduced a bug as a result where when you created a new profile, you'd get a character with weird broken hair just sitting there until you made a change, and then it would fix itself. Which means, like, if I hadn't caught that, literally every player would have seen that bug when they started the game and clicked new profile. So very happy I found that and fixed it today. But that is why, over the next week, I basically need to be playing it a whole bunch and trying to break it and find the major bugs, or the minor bugs even, hopefully. But I'm definitely not going to add anything at this point. So next week is mostly going to be about prepping for marketing and launch. Working with the editor to get the trailer done, the main trailer. I'm basically done with my trailer number 2, so that's good. I gotta get some good screenshots of the game together. I need to update the website, and I need to keep working on my list of people I'm going to blast emails to. When is that going to happen? Towards the end of next week. I've been going through looking for YouTubers and stuff, and YouTube has this thing where you can click a button and do a CAPTCHA, and then you can get the email address of the YouTuber for like business inquiries. But it caps it to like 5 of those a day, so I have to make sure every day I go through and like hit my cap on finding 5 more emails, and then come back the next day. Which reminds me, I need to do that today. So it's that kind of stuff. I am excited. I have a fun little short idea I want to make, a little game that I can add to my stream, which will be pretty cool, that will integrate with the chat. And so I'm looking forward to building that. I'm going to build that next. Probably going to take a lot of self-control not to start working on that next week. I really shouldn't, though. I should, for the next 2 weeks, I should just be 100% Gymnast and get this thing to the best possible launch it can be. So probably in 2 weeks or so, if the game comes out and there aren't major bugs that I'm suddenly scrambling to fix, then I will start working on this new little chat game I want to make. I want to make that, quickly and simply, and then I can add to it over time if people enjoy it when they come check out the stream. But I like the idea for it. I think it's basically going to be like this little vertical thing that can fit kind of like right above my head here, and I'll reserve a portion of the screen for it. It's going to be like a tall, narrow little game. So that'll be fun. I want to get that going on the stream and try learning how to integrate with Twitch. And then after that, we start the next game, which I already know what I want to make. Super clear idea. The gameplay, pretty simple, pretty predictable Wallaber gameplay. But part of the reason I'm excited about it is it's simple. It's not gymnastics. Of course it's physics. Of course it is. But it's not gymnastics. So that'll be a change of pace. And I have a plan for the visuals for the game that I think are going to be really fun. There's this visual kind of style / technique that I've been wanting an excuse to use in a game. And it fits pretty well with my idea for this game. So that's going to be fun. It'll be some new, different things. And I'm basically going to try, streaming the development of that entire game. It's certainly smaller scope than Pro Gymnast. It's another, level-based puzzle game. But, Gymnast isn't a puzzle game, but it's a level-based game with sort of like, you set up a level and there's a win condition. But it should be simpler. I'm not going to have as many levels. It's probably going to be a lower price point game. And I'm more interested in focusing on trying out this cool visual idea I have for the game. So that's going to be fun. That'll probably kick off in, maybe sometime next month. And then we'll go from there. I think I know the game I'm making even after that, if all goes according to plan. And so maybe we'll start, thinking about that one as well. But that's the basic idea. And then some point along the way, hopefully I can start talking about the other game I'm working on with a partner of mine, which is really cool. And I'm excited about it. But we're not talking about it yet, so that's all there is to say at this point. All right, cool. Thanks for dropping by, everyone. We have a few people here, so let me go double check and see if there's someone we can say hello to. Let's see. What's Spheris up to? Spheris, are they away? Always smart to check these things, because sometimes you go to look and they're not actually on stream. Let's see. Oh, we can go to our friendly neighborhood Commodore 64 Dev. Let's see. Yeah, okay. We can go say hi to Shallon 50K. Here we go. All right, so thanks everyone who came by. I recently also became Twitch affiliate, so I leveled up on Twitch, which is very exciting. I did in fact create some emotes and stuff. I also set up like a weird play sounds button because I went and I found my old hard drive with Jellycar sounds. So I think if you spend bits on the channel, you can make it play stupid Jellycar sounds. So we'll start playing around with that. Maybe I'll learn a little more about how to manage these cool new Twitch features I have access to. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. Let's go say hi to someone making a Commodore 64 game, which is super cool. And I'll be back, I don't know, but certainly on and off next week as I play test the game.